Hallelujah, oh, sifa ni zako. Hallelujah, 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 oh, sifa ni zako. Imba hallelujah, 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 oh, hey,
sifa ni zako.
hallelujah, 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 oh, hey,
Sifa ni zako.
hallelujah, 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 oh, hey,
Sifa ni zako.
umekuwa mwema kwangu, umekuwa baba yangu, ninaleta sifa zote kwako, nitakusifu daima. Umekuwa mkuu kwangu, umekuwa shujaa kwangu, umenizingira kwa upendo wako, nitakusifu daima. Imba hallelujah, 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 oh, yeah,
Sifa ni zako.
Welcome so much to Kenya, Arizona Diaspora Hope TV, and this is where we restore hope actually to the society. And kama kawaida na waleteanga an amazing guest, and today I have an amazing woman of God. I want her to introduce herself ili tuendelee. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much. My name is Grace Mudhoni Karwe. I am a nutritionist and a psychologist, and I am glad to be on the show today. What has really brought me to the show today is to share my life's journey through hydrocephalus and how I hope and pray that you will be blessed as I share through.
Wow. So, asante sana even for, I know you're a busy woman, asante kwa kukuja, find time, ili tuweze encourage watu wawili watatu, the parents out there wenye wanaweza kuwa na mtoto wako na such a condition, ama mtu particular. Yeah. So take us through kidogo your journey, ulizaliwa wapi, hivyo, and how it started.
This condition developed at birth. Immediately after birth, that's when it was discovered. The only solution was to have an operation done. And the doctors had told me that I would only live for 3 months. Unless by virtue of operation. That's the only time that I would have like a whole lifespan. Yeah.
And was the operation done?
No, it wasn't done. I would say by the grace of God, systems normalized themselves, and I was able to lead a normal life. Because in most cases, you would find that persons with hydrocephalus, they tend to be not stable, whereby they would need help here and there. Some of them also are on wheelchairs, but for my case, I was able to go through it in a normal way. Normal schooling, everything for me has been normal, and for that I'm just thankful to God.
Wow. Oh, we thank God for that. And now, shule, ukienda shule, how was it? How has been life in school? Were you worried? Did you ever feel secluded?
As you're saying it, some of these things obviously were seen, and the most hitting thing was being called names. Because at times you would be called names, especially when I was at tender age. I would be called names and not thinking that I'm the one who's being called the names. So I would like look to the person who was next to me to see whether they are the ones who are being called these names. But then everybody who was around me would like point a finger to me and it's like, you are the one who has been called that name. So at some point you would go and you are like, what exactly is this? What is this that I'm facing? How am I able to describe this condition? So you just encounter names here and there. In school, at times people would not understand you. So you would meet that. In the process of trying to let people understand you, the more they would like keep away from you. Some of them, to the extreme ends, they would call you names. So that would hurt. And even at times, I would just find myself crying. And I remember at some point when growing up, wherever we were staying, there were these street boys, so to say. So they would poke a name on you and you would go like, what exactly have they said? So I would like cry out. I would cry myself out and just release it out. Then, so it had to continue for some time before I really discovered what exactly I am facing. Once I discovered whatever that was happening with me, I was able now to appreciate myself and keep away the names. Because being called names could demoralize and at times make you feel like you are not worth the living. So I just had to organize myself or compose myself to make sure that I am Grace and I need to move as Grace, not like any other person. Because with the condition, at some point you would find that there are delayed milestones. So, but for me apparently that did not happen. As I've said earlier on, I moved constantly. So I have been able to move I have schooled in a normal primary school, secondary school, college, and I thank God for everything.
Wow.
Currently, I am a nutritionist, and I am a nutritionist and in class pursuing counseling psychology.
And before tuende hapo, now coming back to the part of the parents, were they supportive and the family members?
Apparently, all people I have had around me have been so supportive. Because unless support is there from home, then the society will not be able to understand you and embrace you as you are. So, my parents have been my greatest support, my sisters, and generally the people around. Because even for the clinics, I remember at times it would be a journey of a kind, because we would find today, tomorrow, the day after, and we would still continue moving in the direction as per the doctors would advise. Yeah.
Wow. And now, what are some of the challenges, the main challenge you may face? Somebody with such a condition anapitia?
For me personally, I would say it has been, for me basically has been being called names.
Bullying.
Yes, bullying. I would say bullying, because at some point people look at you and they see like you are not normal. Even at the age where I am right now, I still find people calling me names. You know, you
What do
still,
you mean?
yes,
Hata saa hii?
yes, you find somebody ametoka tu na huko and just begins calling you names.
Yes.
But now, because of the courage and the things that I have been able to go through, I embrace myself. I call myself as I want to be addressed. So, in any way, in any aspect, the best thing has been the confidence from within and trusting God through it. Because at some point, you might be called names and those names lower you down. But once you discover exactly what you want, then you are able to move. Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. Now coming back, umesema you are a nutritionist.
Yes.
So, and a psychologist.
Yes.
So that by profession. Maybe
Yes, by profession.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So nutrition, basically after I left high school, I had a desire of eating healthy. Let me say that. So I looked for a way out. So though my gradings were not okay, I really pressed on to make sure that nutrition was there, and I did it. I am also a registered member with the Kenya Nutritionist and Psychologist Institute, which is the institution that governs the nutritionists in Kenya. So I am delighted to have been to have had support from home and also from community members who constantly encourage me and appreciate me for who I am. So that is these are some of the things that have made me move the way I have been able to move. And at most, I attribute everything that I have been able to do to God, because without Him, I wouldn't have been where I am right now.
Wow, amazing. And now coming to the issue of people with disability, I know this kuna watu, many of them wana lose hope.
Yeah.
And because as you've said, wana pass a lot of challenges, is of bullying,
Yeah.
all of maybe lack of finances, lack of support. Wengine hata wanafichwa.
Yeah.
What can you say about that, the society?
First and foremost, my urge would be for parents from home. Let me say from home, and by this I mean the parents.
Yes.
Appreciate your kid as they are, because it's always I perceive it as a test for a parent who has a kid with disability, because if the parent is not conversant or does not love the child, they will not go far. But once you embrace the child and you walk them bit by bit, then you are able to appreciate them and make them what they desire to be. Especially in the area of their talents.
Wow, wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. So, parents number one, hata kama uko na mtoto ako, we say they are differently able.
Able,
Eh?
yeah.
You make sure you support and give them the love that they deserve, right?
Yes.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. If you have just joined us in the studio, we have Grace Carwell. She has an amazing story. Na ndio tunaendelea. So karibu sana. So Grace,
Yes.
now umeenda shule, umeingia, you're doing now nutrition and pia the counseling and psychology. How has been life now as a psychologist and as a nutritionist?
I would say life has been good. I thank God that I was able to accept myself,
Yes.
and out of the acceptance, that's when I have been able to pursue nutrition and psychology. Currently, actually, I'm in class pursuing counseling psychology,
Okay.
and I am really learning a lot, and more so how to help the society at large in regards to hydrocephalus. What I would say about the condition, or rather my appeal to those who have special kids with hydrocephalus, is to embrace them, love them, and get to know their hobbies and their talents. They may not be good academically, but they may have hobbies and talents that they own.
Yeah.
So embrace them and make them happy by the virtue of constantly appreciating them and showing them the way through what they are doing.
And now, by the way, what motivated you to do counseling? Because you're a nutritionist, ulituambia, you really loved to eat healthy. What drove you to the angle of a psychologist?
My angle of getting to psychology was basically in line with nutrition, because most of the time you would discover that a patient has come in and they would require to be informed of the diet and all that. So I found it an urge to be an upper course for me, so that I may be able to be of help and just make sure that people are well informed.
Okay. And now in that field of the nutritionist or psychology, have you found it, have you umepata challenges tu za fulani zenye maybe some colleagues feel you're not fitting, ama in a job alienation, as in unaseparatiwa kikazi, there are some duties you're not given because of your condition?
Currently, I would say I am up and about like any other person is in the society. This is because I have been able to understand who Grace is, and she can be able to do things like any other person can do. So I have been able to move constantly as any other person. Despite, okay, once in a while you will not find a person calling you some names here and there, but I have been able to gain the courage and say, I need to move on, because unless I move on, then I would still remain at the same point.
Wow. I like the fact that you're so grateful to God. You have a very grateful heart to God. Now talk to those people when you wanna feel, and I know you have a journey, umewalk na Mungu. Talk to those people in the society wanna feel wamefika mwisho, they are helpless. Maybe wanaona things are not moving and they feel like they want to give up.
What I would like to say in regards to the differently able is that take a step at a time. Trust the process, because if you don't appreciate yourself and love who you are, then you will not be able to move. But once you discover that these are my energies, these are my talents, these are my hobbies, and work towards that, then you will be better than a person who decides just to sit down and just wait. Then they would feel like they're not in line with what they ought to be doing.
Wow. And now, by the way, I saw you achieve by the end of it.
Uh, Currently, what I am aiming at is for parents to bring out children that they have with this condition, which is hydrocephalus. Let your children out to the society. And in case of any help will not meet you where you are, but help will come as you're moving. So unless you move, there will be no help that comes your way. And another thing also I would want to add is like, don't focus more on the society. What I would urge us to do is put our trust in God. Because as far as things are concerned, unless the Lord helps you, then you will not be able to move. But the number one key thing is move positively and in the right direction, knowing that as you are moving, things will open up ahead of you. And not unless you moved out, then you cannot get any help your way.
Wow, that is amazing. Let us trust in our God. Now, kindly have a grateful heart. Before you, actually God hates complainers. Nasemanga hiyo sana. Let us always, tunakuwa na faith in our God and don't complain. Give thanks to God. Give thanks to God. You're not giving thanks to God because of that situation, but in the situation. Hautashukuru Mungu kama umelala njaa cause umelala njaa, but hata kwa hiyo kulala njaa, God is with you and ata provide. So let us it's quite a challenge from Grace, and Grace, you are doing good job. God bless you. Thank you for that line unaendelea kuambia watu kwamba tupendane. Actually Christ is love. We love each other no matter anything, as in tribe, kila kitu, and no matter their physical, what state, everything. Let us love each and every one another without discrimination, and let us love them with unconditional love. So thank you so much. Now, what is your parting shot tukimalizia?
What I would like to say is that appreciate the kids as they are, especially for this condition called hydrocephalus. My urge to parents would be, bring them out to the society. Don't enclose them in the house, because once you enclose them in the house, there are chances of them having constant anxieties, having constant fears, and not able to believe in themselves. But once you let them to the society or the neighborhood whereby you are staying, then you are at a better position, or rather your child is at a better position of building their self-esteem and losing out on the anxiety part. Because once anxiety sets in, then there is nothing that this child and the community can be able to do. But once you gain confidence and are able to move forward, then everything will work out for the betterment of oneself.
Wow. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. We are happy.
Some of them also are on wheelchairs.
Sure.
So on those two platforms you can get me, and we can interact more as we continue.
Thank you so much, Asante. Thank you so much for coming. Tumesikia. And kindly let us go to her page, Grace Karwe. Like, share, let us reach out. And if there's any help, and I know there's a lot of help, tunaweza mpea and support. Let us support her to reach out to many. And also I want to thank you people for continued support. Last episode tulikuwa na one of us, a gentleman anaitwa Paul, who really needed help, and I thank you guys because of the support. Watu wanaendelea kutuma pesa, na najua very very soon, sooner than later, that hiyo pesa itatosha. So may God bless you, may God do you good. Mungu awapanulie mipaka. Let us continue sharing and reaching out tuweze reach out to watu wengi. Also subscribe to Kenya Arizona Diaspora Hope TV page. And hit the notification bell. Actually it's for free. Nitakukost tu MB kidogo tu. So nawapenda sana. May God bless you. Till next time, I'm your host Dennis Molele.
Kenya Arizona Diaspora Hope TV, giving hope to the society.